All right, so I want to talk about last night's game, the first in-season tournament game for the Los Angeles Lakers. It was played against the Phoenix Suns, who were without Devin Booker, but they had Bill, they had Durant. So of course it was another duel versus LeBron and Durant, the second one we've gotten this season after having gone 5 years without them facing each other in a regular season game or postseason game or any game for that matter. So I just want to look at some of the numbers and congratulate the Lakers on actually stepping up, especially after Wednesday night's abysmal loss against the Houston Rockets. I mean, losing by what 34 points, just having a lackluster performance by the entire team. It was inexcusable, even though AD was out. It just wasn't something that Lakers fans wanted to see, and I think the panic button was starting to get hit a little bit early, even for that matter. And it was good to have the Lakers come from behind last night and win the game. Of course, the Lakers so far this season have gone down by double digits in every single first quarter of every single game. I think they might have ended the first quarter down by only 9, but regardless, it was essentially a double digit quarter again, double digit deficit quarter. LeBron was pretty much hot throughout the whole game. He was carrying the team until the rest of the guys also started to heat up. D'Lo was pretty good as well. Yeah, D'Angelo had actually had 10 in the first quarter, um, with 2 assists, and LeBron had 5 in the first quarter. AD only had 2, Reeves only had 3, and Wood had 2. So the first quarter was right on course with how our season's been going so far, which is trailing in the first quarter. And then going into halftime, Lakers were down by 8, but it wasn't looking good. The momentum was all on the Phoenix Suns side, and it looked like we were going to lose our first in-season tournament game of the season. And you got to win. You got to win in your group to advance to the single elimination stage. I'm still trying to figure out how all this in-season tournament stuff works, but I think we're all starting to get a better grasp of actually what's at stake and how it's kind of like making a playoff atmosphere for games like that. So that being said, as badly as the Lakers played on Wednesday night on a game that they should have at least been competitive in, regardless of AD being out with his injury or whatever it was, his aggravated groin strain. But last night, the fire was really lit underneath the Lakers in the second half, and especially going into the fourth quarter when Cam Reddish hit that leaning 3-point shot to cut the lead, and in the quarter going into the fourth, it really built a lot of momentum. And LeBron made a big deal to emphasize making sure that he got Cam the ball because of all the talk about him passing up the potential game-winning shot at the hoop a couple games ago against Miami. He passed it to a wide-open Cam in the corner, in the left corner, and as we all know, Cam missed, and the Lakers went on to lose by 1. So he put a major point of emphasis to feed Cam and really demonstrate that he had trust and belief in his ability to hit that shot, regardless of him missing one the couple games prior. So of course, Cam Reddish ended the game with 17 points, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds. But the 17 points were mostly timely. His points came. Let's see, he had 5 in the third quarter, and he had a 9 in the fourth quarter. And he was just on fire, and he helped. He was really. They gave him the game ball. Lakers said, "Here's the game ball." Essentially, LeBron said, "Here's the game ball." And I liked the show of faith in his guy that he was going to be able to hit those shots when it mattered. Eventually came pretty soon. He only had to wait 2 games to redeem himself, and redeem himself he did, and come from behind. The Lakers did to win on the road, first road win of the season for the Lakers, improving the record to 4-5, and also winning that ever so important in-season tournament game. Now, as for the in-season tournament games, they're going on every Friday and every Tuesday until the tournament is finished in December. And what the stakes are apparently is the winning team gets $500,000 per player. The runner-up team gets $250,000 per player, and I think the third place team gets $100,000 per player. That is quite the incentive. I mean, think about it. If you're not one of these max contract superstars, you know, that kind of money is really, really, really going to motivate you. I mean, also for the pride of winning and creating that, the atmosphere, the playoff atmosphere, the tournament atmosphere. I'm happy to see that, even though the Lakers still have a losing record, and even though they were absolutely just abysmal, it was a shameful performance on Wednesday night. They bounced back on a Friday night, a marquee matchup, LeBron versus KD, two franchises in the Western Conference that were picked to be in the top five as far as coming out of the West to compete for the title this season. And so far, the Lakers haven't been living up to that. And to see them bounce back from a performance like they had Wednesday night, and just come from behind and show that grit and that togetherness. I know D'Angelo Russell had said after Wednesday night's loss that the Lakers needed to play for one another, and I was starting to think maybe there was some chemistry issues. But LeBron so far this season, 9 games into the season, is, with the exception, I would say, of Wednesday night, has been carrying the load and has been performing at a very high level. Obviously, we know he's in year 21. Year 21, we know all the talk about his longevity and how that really puts him in a good position on people's GOAT debate. I mean, that's another topic for another day, but he is playing phenomenally for any season, 21st or otherwise, and he's really been performing well in the fourth quarters, which has been clutch. And I hate to say it, but I think that new flopping, anti-flopping rules that the NBA has implemented has actually helped LeBron James rather than hurt him, which many people thought maybe it had, because you could say he has the Shaquille O'Neal effect where he's so big and strong that it's hard to officiate him. Like, is he committing an offensive foul? Oftentimes he is. Or is he being fouled by the defense? Oftentimes he is. And it's hard to determine what's actually going on sometimes. And I think the anti-flopping rule has caused him to have to play through a lot of fouls and a lot of contact that he may or may not get the whistle for. But point being, he has to play through them instead of playing them up and exaggerating them so they get noticed. So he's playing stronger, and he's just more focused on finishing the play rather than flopping and getting a whistle. So I think it's actually made him better so far this season. I know we're only 9 games in, and it's still 73 games to go. It's a long season, and we can't expect him to play this many minutes and score this many points every night. I mean, in reality, 38, 39 years old is not very old, but in the world of sports, especially a sport like basketball, especially when you've been playing professionally since you've been 18, like LeBron has, it's a long, arduous road that has taken its toll even on him. We know he looks like he was chiseled out of stone by the gods and made just for basketball. He's got probably the best basketball body we may have seen to this point. He has a similar build to certain guys that we've seen before, certain power forwards like Malone or Wilkins or such, high fly act, super athletic, but he just seems to be the perfect specimen for basketball, a combination of strength and speed, and it still shows. But the Lakers, as a team, as a unit, all performed well last night. And let's get some numbers. LeBron had 32 with 1 block, 1 steal, 6 assists, 11 turnovers. AD, even though he got off to a slow start, he finished strong in the fourth quarter. In the third and fourth quarter. Third quarter where he did most of his damage, but in the second half he had 13 points. He ended the game with 18, with 1 block, 4 assists, and 11 rebounds as well. So that's 22 rebounds between LeBron and AD. And then, of course, you had Prince chipping in 7. He had that nice fake for the Eurostep lay-in that gave him that nice little cushion at the end of the game. that they held on to the win for. And then you had D'Angelo Russell contributing 19, keeping them in it early, also with the 9 assists, 3 rebounds. Reddish, of course, game ball, game winner, 17 points with 3 steals, 3 rebounds. And then Reeves chipping in 15 points, 7 assists, 1 steal. And and then Rui Hachimura in limited minutes had 7 points with 4 steals, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. So total team effort, and I'm happy that the Lakers seem to be able to shine in the moments that matters. Obviously, last season Lakers started off 2-10 through the first 12 games. So far, we are 4-5 through the first 9, so that's already a better win-loss record. And just congratulations to the Lakers for stepping up. As a Lakers fan, I'm happy to see it. And of course, the next in-season tournament game will be on Tuesday, and I believe that is versus Memphis. So stay tuned. I'll be back with more. And just share your thoughts and comments in the comments. And if you like the video, please hit that thumbs up. And I'd like to know what you guys think about the Lakers. Although they haven't looked great so far this season, do they still have championship aspirations with the roster as currently constructed? Let me know. I'm no expert. I just call it how I see it. And until next time, you and